And how are we doing, Kordon?
Thank you for spending the
How you
Saturday with us, sir.
doing?
Hang on just a
Hey,
second.
I'm doing great.
So we've got Kordon on. Greg, do we have that first video that we can roll for Control4 that's just kind of the general user experience? Here we go, Kordon. We're going to cue this up, and then we'll chat with you as soon as it's done.
Awesome.
Kordon, thank you so much for being here with us Saturday afternoon. I thank you. Your team has been amazing this week at working with us, so thank you so much.
Absolutely. Glad to be a part of this and to be here with you guys this afternoon.
A lot of fun. Tell us, we've got another video we'll queue up when you're ready, but for the moment, talk to us about, just tell us what you want to say about you and Control4, and we'll go from there.
Well, thanks. Control4 has been in the business now of smart home technology, home automation for about 15 years. The company started from some entrepreneurs that have been interested in smart home technology. In fact, this was their second automation company. And they had a vision that home automation or smart home should be available to anybody in any kind of a home. That a house shouldn't have to be built from the beginning to appreciate the benefits of automation and smart home technology. And so the company was really founded around a retrofit type of a solution that you could put anywhere. And one of the other foundational elements was really about making it an easier installation. How do you get it installed faster so that the overall cost of the system would be lower and that therefore more people could afford it?
We use a lot of Control4 at time. It's been a solution that we've offered a lot to our clients, and the reasons you just hit are two of the big reasons. We tend to do a lot of retrofits, our company, and we work with a lot of clients out of state where their homes in various stages, and it's been a very, very simple solution to service and to make sure that the clients have an experience where we can tell them what the experience is supposed to be, and then the product actually delivers the experience that we told them they were going to have, and we have happy clients. And that's been really great for us. You guys have got some fun new things brewing right now.
Yeah, thank you. Intercom Anywhere is something that we released a little bit earlier this year, and the whole idea with it is to give the homeowner the ability to see who's at their front door at any time. So whether they're home or away, they could be around the world, they could see who's there, but just seeing or talking to the person really wasn't enough. If somebody has a smart home and has some technology to control, how about giving them the ability to do something right within that same app? So somebody comes to your door, they ring the doorbell, an app pops up on my phone, I get to see who's there, I can either ignore them or talk to them. And then I can initiate some automation. I can unlock the door. I could open up the garage door. I could turn on a light or any number of things. So that's one of the great new things that we've been working on that's really brought a lot of homeowners into dealer showrooms just by seeing this kind of capability and being able to do more than just see, but to do as well.
Well, I was going to ask you, what's the response been to you there at Control4 headquarters on the Intercom Anywhere feature? It's been great for us.
It's been really huge. Yeah, well, what we have seen, I mean, you always like it when somebody embraces sort of consumers that have said, okay, this actually was the reason why I came in to see what Control4 had to offer. I saw this, I had a neighbor who had it, or I had a dealer who demonstrated this, and this was their entry point. We talk a lot about this inside the company. What is it that brings somebody to wanting a smart home? And for different people, it's different things. It could be music in the house. It could be they want a greater peace of mind with security, or they want lighting control, or a lot of different types of things. And what I think we're a little surprised about is the entry point and how broadly it's how it's bringing a new class of customer in.
Yeah, we'll have Greg. I don't want to belabor the intercom thing too long. I know you've got lots of cool things to share, but we'll have Greg cue up the intercom video here in just a second. What's been interesting for us, just what you alluded to, is how many clients have seen that and all of a sudden want it. We have a client that just got installed this past week who had a completely different intercom system pre-wired, and he'd already purchased the gear, and he saw the Intercom Anywhere ad on one of our Facebook posts, and he called us up the same day and said, I have to have that. And even though he'd already bought another product, he switched out a bunch of his plans, bought the touchscreens all throughout the house, and loves the Intercom Anywhere experience. It's been, Greg, do we have that? Can we cue that up? The Intercom Anywhere? Give us just a second, Kordon. Here it comes.
With Intercom Anywhere from Control4, you'll never miss an important delivery again. When your mobile device is part of your Control4 Intercom experience, you'll stay connected and in control like never before.
Could you leave the package just inside the door, please? I'll open it for you.
View your front porch, turn on the light, unlock the door, and more directly from your mobile device. Monitor and secure your packages.
Thank you.
As well as your home. With Intercom Anywhere from Control4, you can easily keep in touch, even though you haven't gone far.
This one or this one?
That one.
You can talk to the entire house with just a tap.
Dinner's ready. Dinner's ready.
And check in on the kids, even when they don't answer the phone.
Hi, Mom.
From anywhere in the world, receive calls from your front porch, gate, or even the inside of the house. Even call the touchscreens at home directly from your mobile device using the Intercom Anywhere app. For more information about Intercom Anywhere, contact your Control4 Smart Home professional today or see control4.com/intercom. Intercom Anywhere. Connect, communicate, and control like never before.
Really exciting stuff, and it's taken it way beyond like the video doorbell solutions that we're familiar with. This is really the next step, next 2 or 3 steps into the intercom platform.
Yeah, it's been very successful. We see our dealers having success with it, talking to customers about it. One of the other areas that's relatively new for us, it's been within the last year or so, we introduced another thing that we call When Then. And what's been interesting is the number of homeowners that come to a dealer to experience a professionally installed system that had been tinkering with it, right? They started out with some DIY type of a solution, and they had a realization at some point that it wasn't really delivering on the promise of the smart home, where all the devices are working together. And so it started to bring customers into our dealer showrooms and having conversations with dealers about a different type of solution. But there was always a bit of a problem in their minds, especially the tinkerer type customer. And that was, well, how can I have some independence? You know, can I do something on my own? Because I like this idea of having something professionally installed, but I want to be able to do some things on my own. And so this idea of when-then has really started taking hold with a certain class of our customers as well, where they get the real benefit of having a professional installation, but they don't have to rely on their dealer to do everything for them. If they want to change a lighting scene in their house, or when they would get a notification on their phone, or any of a number of types of things, they can do that on their own. And it's been a real boon for some of our dealers as well. Frankly, there are some customers that aren't going to do it, won't use when-then for any type of personalization, but they still love the idea that they could, if they wanted to, do that. And I think there's this realization that many people are having about the importance of professional installation. I'm not going to service my air conditioner. I'm not going to service the plumbing in my house. It actually seems kind of silly now that people start to think about it, that I'm going to go and have a smart home and try to have all of these things working together without some kind of professional with some expertise that can help.
Yeah, and we've had the same feedback from our clients with Control4. They love the when-then feature, ever since you first rolled it out. You mentioned the showrooms, and you guys have got the big See for Yourself push going right now. You can go and find certified showrooms. I talked to Wes Palmer in Arizona. That's been good for him. It sounds like good for Control4. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, we started maybe a year and a half. More consumers know where to go and find Control4 systems to look at. We have a dealer locator on our website, but not all of our dealers have showrooms. And we wanted to provide a way for a homeowner to know, well, where exactly could I go and see equipment? And so we started working with dealers. We now have over 150 around the world that have pulled together some really showcase beautiful experience centers where a homeowner can go in and take a look at all of the kinds of things that Control4 and a dealer and frankly all the other devices that go around it can do when they're all brought together in a single cohesive working system. And a lot of our dealers, some of our dealers have expertise in putting together a showroom type of experience, but many don't. And so we had to have a team that just tried to help dealers come up with real experiences. It's not really about selling a homeowner a black box or any other box for that matter. It's about an experience, and that's really what these certified showrooms are all about. So any homeowner that's interested in smart home technology, you could certainly go to control4.com and look at the dealer locator and find a certified showroom that's near you where you could go and take a look at how these things are all put together and work.
Yeah, and touch it and feel it and experience it. When we were working with your team leading up to this week, they mentioned your speakers. Do you want to say something about your speakers?
Absolutely. A big part, one of the entry points for many homeowners for a smart home system is music. They come into a dealer and they say, hey, I'd really like to have music throughout my house. I'd really not like to have things sitting out on the counter. I'd like for the equipment to be hidden away. I'd like for the speakers to be installed and hidden away as well. And so music is an important entry point for homeowners for a Control4 system. And since day one, Control4 has had music as part of a base level system. And we decided at one point that really speakers are such a big sourcing that more easily. And we decided, it's been about 2 years ago, to acquire a company that works in this space, Triad Speakers. They're out of Portland, Oregon. They have been in business for about 35 years. One of the great things and unique things about their product line is that they design and manufacture the speakers in Portland. And that has some pretty unique things for a homeowner. It allows us to make a speaker that's customized to their need. One of the lines of speakers is a sound bar, and we produce sound bars at the Triad Portland facility that are exactly the width of your television. It matches perfectly and mounts to your television and really has that integrated type of look and sound that somebody's looking for. Because frankly, well, we'll just talk about televisions for just a moment. They're beautiful these days. They have great picture. They're thin, they're sleek, but most really don't sound that great. And so Triad has created something that really can elevate the television viewing experience. Um, for instance, but they also have great theater products and multi-room audio products, and anyhow, a lot to offer there for a homeowner who's looking to have great music or a great television or movie experience in their home.
And Triad's always had a great name, so it's been a fun pickup. It's been fun to see the way that Control4 has incorporated. I'm thinking of a focus group I was invited to there at Control4. This was several years ago when the EA1 first rolled out. But there was a lot of conversation about video distribution and audio distribution and extracting audio and how all that works. And I know that you had several of these focus groups, and it was fun to see how much of what I heard discussed in that room was tweaked and incorporated on those products, from the sort of demo version we saw to the one that actually hit the market. And I think that's, speaks to Control4 a lot. You do a really good job of listening to the market, the homeowners, and their feedback, and making adjustments. One of the things we've always loved about working with your company.
Well, thank you. We like to think that we do. Of course, our dealers are critical. It's the way the product gets delivered to the customer. We have a lot of trust in our dealers, and you do a great job of helping homeowners create experiences in their home. But in the end, that's what it is, right? It's a homeowner looking to either have greater peace of mind or easier access to entertainment, better comfort and security in their home, whether they're there or away. And we're pretty focused as a company on that homeowner and the consumer, and what we can do to just create great experiences for them so that they love it and they want to tell the neighbors about it.
What's coming up? What would you like the homeowners that are here now and the homeowners that are going to see this over the next few months? What would you like to tell them about Control4 that you haven't already said?
Oh, I think I've probably hit on a lot of the high marks, but it doesn't really matter why you're coming in to look for smart home technology. And irrespective of which way you go, you should absolutely have a conversation with dealers in your area that have a lot of experience and expertise at doing this. They've done this for a lot of people. What I have found by and large, when I talk to my friends and my neighbors and other consumers that find out that I work for a smart home technology, is that most of them don't have a good sense for what is possible. And talking to a dealer will really help you see more of what's possible and have a much higher chance of being successful at what you're doing. And again, it doesn't matter if what you're trying to do is simplify your entertainment experience, make it easier to access content anywhere in your house, listen to music anywhere, having smart lighting control or a better security experience around your house. Control4 has a lot to offer there, and you should really take a look at it. Find some of our dealers in your area, go see them, visit them, talk to some of their customers that they've already worked with, and I think they'll come up with a great solution for you.
I just want to say I think that's why we got the platform here, nationalsmarthome.org. Can't thank you enough, Kordon, for coming on and spending some time with us. But what you're saying is education. And I think the dealers are so saturated with information, and we're trying to penetrate that for the dealer and to get that information and educate the homeowner. I keep telling the story of a high school friend that flips houses. I said to him, we're going to go to this tech expo, and Sonos and Nest are going to be there. And he I said, Sonos, right? And he looked at me. He's like, I think I heard of them. And it just shocked me. And I realized then that we need to really help the homeowner understand what we do as an industry. So, and you guys, not only jumping on board, but the engagement is unbelievable. You guys, some people just like something or they'll retweet it, but you guys initiate engagement. And again, that's probably the secret sauce. And I'll spill it here to you guys, knowing what your customer expects or what they're looking for. So you come out with the intercom system or something like that.
Yeah, Kordon, you guys have been fantastic this week. We can't say thank you enough to your team. And not just this week, working with your team over the years, you've always been fantastic, the whole crew there at Control4. But in particular this week, and I assume going forward you all have been sensational, and appreciate you taking some time here on Saturday. We have to ask you our lightning round questions before you leave. So I don't know if you've seen any of the other panelists.
Sounds good. Go for it.
Okay. All right. So who listens better than your significant other? Alexa, Google, Josh, or Siri?
Oh, I'll say Alexa.
You're in trouble, buddy. You're in trouble.
Okay. If you're going to listen to music, is it 2-channel? Is it headphones? Or do you like to listen to it through the theater?
It's 2-channel for me.
A lot of 2-channel today.
I like
well,
2-channel. I mean,
That's
we
great.
love 2-channel. I think all of us that are.
That's where I started. That's right. Yeah,
Tell us
I
where you
didn't tell
started.
that story, but in high school, So, I mean, I grew up with music in my home. My dad loved music. We had it playing a lot in our house, and I got the dream job as a teenager, working for the local hi-fi shop, and that was just a blast, you know. And we were doing car stereo. We were kind of dabbling in home audio. Well, we did 2-channel for sure, but we started to dabble in distributed audio in the home, and yeah, music is really my passion. It's what I love.
The hardest thing about the 2-channel stereo is that I know it's sort of like almost esoteric now, but if you experience 2-channel stereo, my father-in-law was a musician. He was the musical director for the Osmonds years ago, and I could not get him to come in and listen to the 2-channel stereo demo. And he finally came in and he kind of poo-pooed it, and I was like, look, here, put on the Beatles. And he started listening to a couple of Beatles songs, and all of a sudden it was like it clicked. And he ramped the speakers all the way up, and he was standing in front of the speakers pretending he was playing his drums, and it was like it took him back to his glory days on the stage with the Osmonds, and then he was hooked. But you have to experience it.
All this you have to experience.
Absolutely.
You
That's
guys
what I
have to
love
see
about
for
it, right?
yourself.
Yeah.
Kordon, thank you so much. We're going to let you go. You've been phenomenal.
One more
Oh,
question.
wait, one more question from Rob.
Yeah, so we have an audience. Hopefully, we have a couple, at least 100 people looking. And over the next couple of months, we're looking at thousands of people that we might be able to get a response from, provide you and Control4 value on asking them a question on what it is they'd like to see from Control4, what maybe they see in the missing in the market, or just something you want to know from the homeowners.
Oh, well, you cut out a little bit there, but you're saying if we were
Yeah.
going to hear from homeowners, what would we want to hear from them?
What would the question
Yeah,
be if you had
frankly, I'd love for them to go onto our social media. You know, that'd be a great way for them to ask us some questions, and love for them to tell us some things. You know, what would they like to see from us that they don't currently see today, or is there a problem that they're experiencing around smart home that we could solve? Would love to hear that kind of feedback.
It's funny, each of you as manufacturers have given a very similar answer, but I think the thing that I would love for homeowners to know is that as we've met with each of you, you're all very, very sincere and genuine about that. It's not lip service. You want the feedback. You want to improve the product. You want it to be better for the homeowner. You all are sincere and genuine in that, and I think as homeowners understand that, it's just going to make them that much more excited to have your products in their homes.
But I think it's very important to stress the people that participated today, number one, obviously do care about the industry because they took the time out. I think we have the best. And that's why we're getting the same question. And what I love about this question, it wasn't what else can we do for you, but do you have a problem? Are there problems out there that we should know about? And that's the best. That's the best question. We all know that we might be missing some things.
Yep.
And to ask that, that's where it's at. You know what? Mo Bellin was I don't know, he was a mentor of mine, and his line was, you're really going to love me when you have a problem. And none of us want to say, hey, we're going to have problems. I mean, but yeah, excellent. Kordon, thank you.
Thank you so much. Say thank you to your team. They've been
Thank you.
tremendous.
Appreciate what you guys are doing.
Hey,
Trying,
likewise.
man.
We will see you.